Everyone loved our Q&A that we did recently so much that we've decided to answer some more questions, but this one is a little bit different. Now, before we get into it, if you did not see the first Q&A we did, click the link down in the info to go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Watch it right now!
This one is actually sort of a Q&A thing proposed by a little-known YouTuber called Michael Buckley. What the Buck? I don't know if you've ever heard of him. I don't think anybody knows him.
What does he do on the YouTube?
He does this really obscure news. You know, he doesn't really... I don't think anybody's ever heard of him.
He's a newsman, is what he is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Everybody knows who he is. He's the grandfather of YouTube.
Hey!
And he's a friend.
The
we're friends with
grandfather
him.
of YouTube?
He's the grandfather of YouTube, and I'm sure he'd love to hear that now that I think about it. Maybe that's not the right choice of words. He's not in the age sense, but because he's been around since day one. Literally day one.
Do you think he puts that on his portfolio?
That he's the grandfather of
YouTube?
I don't know. Depends where he's applying, I guess.
You should.
But
you should do that.
Basically what we're trying to say is, hi, Buck. He is Mr. YouTube. He always has been, and I think he always will be. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. And he did a video recently where he proposed a few questions. He answered them himself, but he asked other people to answer them. And so I thought, what better opportunity to answer a few more questions before we take more questions from our own viewers by answering Buck's questions.
Yeah,
so a few of these are ones we've already answered and ones you already know, but we'll go through them. Some of them are different. And how do you guys feel? Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
I feel lukewarm.
The first questions are, what is your name, Eric?
Farjay.
Jake?
And Mike. The next question is, how old are you? We already went over this one. 21?
21.
Not applicable.
21. The next question is, where do you live and where have you lived ever? Now, I'll just say, where do we live? We live on Long Island. We all live on Long Island. But where have you lived? Jake, we'll start with you.
One time I lived in the ghetto for a while.
That's what shaped and molded Jake into the rough callous that he is today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what shaped you and made you what the rough callous you are today.
Yep.
Wait a minute. How about you, Mike? Where have you lived ever other than Long Island?
I lived in a garbage can once.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's it.
I have only lived on Long Island. That's it.
Well, I mean, I stayed in college for Florida once.
You lived there? For 2 years?
2 years.
I've always lived here. The next question is, pets, spouses, children, siblings? We'll start with Jake. Rapid fire. Pets.
Dogs and cats.
Okay. Spouses.
What is that?
Children.
3.
Siblings.
I got a lot. I got 3.
That is very interesting. It's the same number. Now, do you want to clarify on something shady going on?
No.
Okay. What about you? How about you? Pets.
I got a cat who I want to kill and murder.
Okay. Spouses.
I got a mom and I got a dad and I got a brother.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Spouses.
Oh, spouses? What do spouses mean?
See, right?
Who you're married to. Children.
Children. Well, I have my own clone. A little clone of me. I'm raising him to take over for when I die.
Okay, and siblings, which you kind of already touched on. Not that I'm saying you touched your siblings, I'm saying you already touched upon that answer.
Yes, I have a whole bunch of those clones.
You consider them children and siblings, very similar to Jake. Okay, we're getting really far with these questions. And now for me, pets. I've had multiple dogs over my life. I don't personally have any pets. Spouses, what he said, I guess. Children, no. And siblings, yes. My sister, Jillian. Question 5. Ooh, what would you do if you won $100 million, Jake?
I'm incredibly lazy, so I would just use it and invest it so I would never have to work again.
I would do that. I would do the same thing, except I would also buy mountains of drugs and never leave the house.
And if I won, I would spend my money on helping you get rehabilitated.
I would spend the money on a gun to kill myself.
I would spend the money on a gun to kill you before you can kill yourself.
I'll spend the money on super duper special armor that's specifically designed to kill me.
I would spend the money on Jake's plastic surgery.
I would spend the money on, probably that.
Next question. What magazines do you subscribe to, Jake?
Game Informer, Game Pro, Newsweek, Rolling Stone.
Guys and buns.
No.
Buns and guys.
Nope.
No, you wait. You'll have your turn.
Okay.
Go on, Jake.
Turn. GQ and that's it.
Okay, so Buns and Guys.
Buns and Guys.
I subscribe to Wired. I subscribe to, funny story actually, Mad Magazine I subscribed to when I was 14?
Still.
They still send it to me. I haven't paid in 4 or 5 years. They still send it to me. And they asked me to pay for it, and I'm like, no, keep sending it for free. But that's a whole other question.
I'm also a subscriber of Feminine Items Weekly. A lot of fun stuff in there.
Okay. Next question, favorite TV shows on the air now. Jake?
On the air right now?
Mm-hmm.
The news.
Okay, Mike.
I don't know, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I think we can
It's
all
not on the air
let's all
right
just
now.
agree Breaking Bad. What are you
It's
talking
not
about?
on
Of
the air
course it's
right
on the
now.
air
It's
right
on
now.
hiatus.
Oh,
Well,
Jake,
he misunderstood, but he
see.
would have said Breaking Bad. We would all say Breaking Bad. Next question. Favorite YouTubers besides Buck? I see what you did there, Mr. Buck.
Oh.
Go, Jake.
Philip DeFranco, The Amazing Atheist, SourceFed, Philip DeFranco, Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns. Pretty much it.
Okay, what about you, Mike?
There's this really cool guy. His name is Man with 10 Toes.
Wow, I heard that he died in a fiery crash.
He did.
You still like him, though? Okay. And I would say that one of my personal favorites, aside from, Freddie Wong is great. I love a lot of channels, and I love, like, Rhett and Link, too. They do Good Mythical Morning. I love watching that. But I think Julian Smith, he's probably the best YouTuber I think I watch. He's fantastic.
Smith.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
What does he do?
Eat Randy. You guys know I played it nonstop. You know
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. But, so, there you go. Interesting mixed bag. Next question is, what are you most proud of in your life, Jake? That's not my answer. Jake?
I have...
Mike?
My son when he became a police officer.
Okay. And my answer would probably be our son when he became a police officer. That really was a
That was a
proud
very
day.
proud day. He got his badge. I'm not crying yet.
The next question is, what kind of friend are you? Let's start with Jake, because this is what I want to know.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people out there don't know. Jake is, I would say, you're really big on racism.
Yeah.
No, are you kidding me?
No.
No, I'm like
I mean, that's not
the most
not a joke.
unracist person. Like I said, I grew up in the ghetto, so
Yeah.
I know.
The
So you
ghetto.
were, if anything, you were raised by the racism people.
Yeah.
Just tell us this, Jake. Which race do you hate the most?
I'm a pretty, I've been known as the flaky, unreliable friend. So, I
Completely dodged the question,
Yeah, I did.
asshole.
What about you, Mike? What kind of friend are you?
Sweaty.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
agree and attest to that. What kind of friend am I? I would say I'm the best friend you can have.
also the hot one.
Thanks, Jake. And that's really not going to help you out in the comments. Next question. What are your hobbies and interests? We already answered this one, I think, for the most part. So
Yeah.
I would say definitely go check out the Q&A we did previously for that answer. And finally, describe your personal style.
Style.
My personal style.
Style as in just your way of life or your clothes?
Yeah, like
I would
what?
say, let's go with I don't know.
Your style, like
The way you walk. The way you walk around. Like, how do you present yourself when you walk in a room for the first time?
Well-
You don't have to demonstrate it. In fact, I'd prefer... Here he goes.
We could have just made this really simple.
That's good, right?
How about you, Mike? What is your personal style like?
I don't know. Pessimism.
Smelly.
Sweaty.
Sweaty. I'm a sweaty. Sweaty.
Okay. My personal style is a little bit of, it's a mixed bag of, of this and that, and it's kind of, you look at this and you look at that, it's kind of both.
I like.
Okay.
I also have a little bit of stuff
Yeah.
going on.
I have different things going on. It's like you have one thing, obviously.
You got your things.
But then you've got another thing.
You got your things. I got my stuff. Jake's got whatever.
I'm
the
like
hell,
this.
yeah, whatever the hell that was.
And then, and then we all get we do a big hug, and we end the video.
So we go, and that's pretty... No, not yet. Okay.
Are we doing it?
And then that's pretty... Okay, not yet.
Are we doing it?
And then that's... Why do I have to be in the front?
So those are our answers to these questions. I think we did a pretty good job answering questions. As you can see, we're very good at answering
tried.
questions.
This is us.
But thank you, Buck, for posing the questions.
Yeah, you
I
rule.
hope this was good enough. I hope it satisfied you. Thank you very much for watching. We will do more Q&As in the future, probably a little more structured. Those will be coming soon. This was a quick little one-off thing because we saw Buck posted it. But those are our answers. Hope you enjoyed it, and that's pretty much it.
That's how we end all our shows. It's clever because it's the title and it's a neat way to wrap things up.
Yep.